Planning Commission meeting to order. Good evening, welcome to the Mill Creek Planning Commission building and the monthly Planning Commission meeting. At this time, I'd like to call the meeting of June 6, 2023 to order. Please rise and join us to the Pledge of Allegiance, to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hello, hello. Yeah. Please be sure and sign in at the attendance sheet located near the rear door. I would like to now introduce the members of the Planning Commission and our support staff. To my left is Ray Reed. To my right, Tony Sitter, Dave Scully, and Denise Bizarro. Behind me is Jennifer Herniason, the Township Council, and Matt Puz, Zoning and Development Officer. Before I begin, I would like to call for motion to accept the minutes of last month's meeting as written.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Any opposed? Any opposed?
Any opposed? So moved. The Mill Creek Planning Commission is a recommending body that hears testimony and asks and answers questions, deliberates, and passes our recommendation on to the Mill Creek supervisors who make the final decisions. The subdivision or land development and requests for planning waivers and non-building declarations discussed tonight, if acted on by the Planning Commission, will be considered by the township. Supervisors at the regular meeting will be held on Tuesday, June 27th at 5 p.m. in the Township Assembly Room. In order for a smooth flow of information and not having a meeting run unnecessarily long, I would ask that everyone wishing to speak either for or against an issue to come to the podium, state your name, address for the record. I may also say that if a point has been made by a speaker, there is no reason for others to share the same viewpoint. It is not necessary for all to recognize and speak, as the Commission will consider all testimony. Okay. Subdivision and land development plan. The first one in order is a subdivision plan for Dietz and Martin property, a small subdivision plan to show the creation of 2.464 acres, parcel C, from tax parcel 151-641-1, creating a 24.281 acre residual lot along the east line of Henderson Road, south of the railroad tracks in track 338. Oh, okay. Oh, it is. Okay.
Good evening, Mike Sanford, 4721 Atlantic Avenue, and I'm the surveyor that prepared the plan. The landowner is here as well if you have questions for them. But it's a pretty straightforward subdivision. They own a U-shaped piece of property. It has two different places of frontage on Henderson Road. They'd like to subdivide the northern portion off and create a standalone lot. So essentially this is a one-lot subdivision. There are two modifications required. Due to the limited frontage of this northern piece that we're subdividing, we would need a frontage modification. And then also it would be the width to depth ratio on the same northerly lot that's being created. Later on your agenda, we can talk about the non-building waiver for the residue.
Any questions?
No.
Any comments?
Got it covered.
Good.
Okay, I'll hang right here.
Okay.
I'll hang, if I can stay for the next one?
Yes.
Yep.
Number B, a subdivision plan for Robertson's Enterprises, a small subdivision plan to show the creation of .775 acres, Lot A, from tax parcel 35-171-17, with a residual lot of .437 acres. This is a .437 acre parcel is to become an integral part of 1224 Idaho Avenue, which is 35-171-22, creating a .608 acre lot along the south line of West 12th Street, west of Idaho Avenue in Track 13.
Thank you. Mike Sanford again, 4721 Atlantic Avenue. And this is essentially what we would say is a rear lot subdivision. The homeowner on Idaho would like to acquire some more rear yard, and so the Robertson Enterprises is willing to subdivide. So the southern portion of the land would become integral with the rear yard, and then the northern portion would just remain as residue. As far as I know, there's no modifications or variances on this particular item.
Any questions?
No question.
Any comments? Okay, let's move on to the next one. A land development plan for Dick's House of Sport. A land development plan to show the construction of a 20,655 square foot outdoor track and field facility located at the south portion of the Mill Creek Mall, tax parcel 33-164-667, along the west line of Peach Street, south of Kuntz Road in track 347. All right.
Good late afternoon. Michael Takis with Fuller Engineering. 1 Allegheny Square, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 15212. This project, this is a redevelopment at the Mill Creek Mall. This is, you can see the map up there. I'll show you on this map. As you probably are aware, the former Bonton department store is being redeveloped as a Dick's Sporting Goods. So the location here is this box right here, which you can see then obviously on the enlargement. Oh, sorry, right here. One thing I do want to clarify, we made the application as a Dick's House of Sport. It actually is a Dick's Sporting Goods. This is a new concept for them. This is a one-level Dick's Sporting Goods inside the Bonton, and then it will have an exterior 20,000 square foot field area with a turf field area and then a running track surface around the outside perimeter of that. The new concept is previously the only stores that, or the only sites that got the field were their House of Sport, which is a much larger 100 to 120,000 square foot facility, 2 levels. There are currently 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken. I do have a couple people here, Brian Thomas with Dick's Sporting Goods, and Justin Somerville from Cafaro, who's the mall property owner. These larger locations, again, were much bigger in square footage. This new concept, which this will be the first, is a smaller one-level store, but still gets the outdoor field. So the field is exactly the same between the House of Sport and this new facility. Just to give you a little more background. So this is the site, this is the area of disturbance. This is the outside edge of the store here. This is the area that is going to be impacted by the institution of the field. Right now, that inner ring road kind of goes up here along that outside edge. Our proposed plan facility. Here you can see this is the track area. This entire center is the turf surface. Again, artificial turf, stone underneath with drainage that goes in, so it really helps. Water can be absorbed into the subgrade, but it's also cleaned through that stone as well. So it's taking all that impervious and actually putting it into a much more greener condition. This area is surrounded by an enclosure area. It's very large steel posts and then has a wire mesh screen that goes around the outside. We'll get through this and then we'll talk about that a little bit more. In addition to that kind of summer outdoor activity, it's also set up to have,
Nice.
so there will be a
At this time, we're going